Let's talk for a moment about belief and faith because those are the two words that most people have trouble separating. Hope, they seem to understand. Maybe you do too. You're hoping for something that's out there. It's not here now, but you're hoping to get that into your life. That's hope. Hope is out there. By the way, faith is always in the now. It's a verb. Faith is a verb, but it's always present tense. Remember that. Faith is a verb, but it's always present tense. Now, let's think about belief and faith for a moment. They're two sides of the same coin. The difference between faith and belief, when applied in everyday living, is absolutely gargantuan in scope. You're going to want to learn the differences between these two words today. You want to learn it, memorize it, and apply it for the rest of your life. Because to achieve God's best, to see the answers to the prayers that you need and that you want, you'll need to understand heaven's viewpoint of faith. Your prayers of faith will change everything for the better. A lot of people that I've connected with over the years think they're operating in faith when what they're really doing is nothing more than believing. Well, that's important, but it will not bring you the answers to your prayers quickly, if at all. Try your best to visualize that in your hand, you have an official silver dollar from the United States Treasury. It's a full dollar, and it's been authorized and minted to be distributed by the U.S. Treasury. Of course, it's legal tender, which means that this coin can be traded for goods and services on the open economic market. Dollar coins were first minted in the United States in gold, then in silver, and then into base metals. This goes back to 1794. On one of the sides of the coin today, there's an emblem stamped on it. The current silver dollar has an emblem of the head of Lady Liberty. Now, in common street talk, the side of this coin is called the head side of the coin. On the opposite side of the coin, there's an eagle with the wings outstretched. And this, of course, is the federal bird of the Federal Republic of the United States. The outside of the coin is usually referred to as the tail side. Hence, we have the origins commonly used, heads and tails. Okay. Now remember, this coin is legal tender. And there is a stipulation, however, both sides of the coin must be intact in order to be spendable. So if I put the head side of the coin against a grinder and I grind away the head of Lady Liberty so that the shiny piece of metal is all that's remaining on that side, well, this coin has now been defaced. On one side of the coin, there's no emblem on it. The head's been removed by me. Now, the merchant is under no obligation to receive or accept that coin as legal tender because it's been defaced. Both sides of the coin must be intact for the silver dollar to be used on the open economic market. Now, if you look at the coin quickly, you can easily see there's quite a difference between the heads and the tail. Now the Lady Liberty is gone. So consider this illustration from heaven's viewpoint. God has an open spiritual market. He also has legal tender. Imagine with me for a moment that God has a coin that can be spent in the spiritual market. It can be traded for goods and services in heaven, and the coin from heaven's viewpoint has two sides. But just like an earthly silver dollar, the heavenly coin must also have two sides. Both of them have to be intact in order for it to be spent. On the heavenly coin, one side is faith and the other side is belief. You hold the coin in your hand with hope in your heart that others will accept this coin for goods and services. My point is this: there's a huge difference between faith and belief, just as much so as there is the difference between Lady Liberty's head and the eagle wings on the other side of the silver dollar. Faith and belief are different, but they work together. There's a distinct difference between faith and belief, and understanding the difference changed my life dramatically for the better. I was in a wheelchair when I learned this. I started applying it while in that wheelchair, and my entire life has been changed because of it, as well as many that are near me, like my wife, like my children. Oh, my word, I could tell you a lot of stories. You don't know what you don't know. As I've traveled the globe quite literally, this is one of the biggest errors of humanity. I've seen it hourly in 7 decades of interacting with men and women, boys and girls, teenagers, all over this planet of different languages, different nations, different skin color. People don't know what they don't know, but they think they do, when in fact they don't. That is so important. Please let me repeat it again, because this is exactly one of the biggest problems that affects you and I daily as Christians who are trying to see answers to our prayer and wondering why God is not doing what he said he would do. It's because people don't know what they don't know, but they think they do, when in fact they don't. Sometimes, if not almost all the time, those who don't know what they don't know are the most difficult people on the planet to teach or to get a point across to them. They're unteachable because they think they know. That's all the time we have for today. I hope this has been helpful. This is Dale Black reminding you once again that with God, nothing is impossible. Remember, faith is acting on what you believe